um welcome back to this course. um this video we are going to be looking into the installation of the and setting up your Android system, your Android phone, your smartphone for this course for learning HTML and CSS. Okay, so please remember that if you really want to have or do more things in this HTML and CSS, you will need to use your laptop. Okay, yes, you need to use a desktop or laptop. Okay, so of course laptop to do more things, because if you want to create a particular website and you need to involve a responsive design, you will need a laptop, because when you are creating a particular web application or normal website, that you will need to consider web uh, responsiveness. Okay, so where the particular website or anything, whatever you want to do, whether a web application, has to be good on a mobile version, and also be good on a desktop mode. Okay, also be good on a tablet, so on all different smartphone sizes and features or whatever, even good on a television, because laptop will give you an overview on how it will look on a television and everything. So but a smartphone will give you all those features and you can't really know. So, and of course smartphone processing speed and all those things cannot manage large projects. So but I will tell you how to install it. You are still starting, you are going to learn to the point of even building a login page with your smartphone, even building so many things you can do. So I will just teach you how to install this. After then I will just continue with my desktop, and you'll be following with your smartphone if you don't have a laptop currently. So let us move into it. Okay, here is my Android screen. So right now I'm going to show you how to set up your Android if you're using a smartphone for for this particular HTML and CSS training, CSS course. Okay, but please, this is not a permanent way you can start building your website. Yes, you are going to use this in case currently you don't have a laptop, but I advise that when you learn with your phone, that you practice with your laptop. Okay, you practice with your laptop. Okay, so you learn with your phone and practice with someone else's laptop, because if you don't have laptop, you're not going to really get the whole and enjoy the whole thing. Okay, so that's how I started. I myself, yes, I learned with my phone, but I practiced with somebody's laptop until I finally got mine. Yes, and started using then. That was then. So I'm going to show you how to set up your smartphone for this now. So I'll go to my Play Store and download an app called Trebedit. So Trebedit can be used to edit code. Okay, yes, or yes, Trebedit. Okay, I'll just type Trebedit. Trebedit. Edit, yes, Trebedit. So it's loading, so I'm going to download this. So look at it now, you're seeing it right here. So hope you are seeing it, right here. Let me show you. So this one, you download it by pressing here. So download, it. So right now we install. Yeah, well, that's what we're doing right now. So it's installing, right now. Started installing already. Okay, it's moving gradually. Almost done. I'm just halfway now. Mm-hmm. It's already installing. Oh no. Okay, it's already installing. So let's get into it. So let's wait for it to finish the installation process. So here we go. After the installation, you can open normally from your background when you go back. So I can open straight away from the Play Store with the open button. Okay, so it's loading. So here we are. Everything here next, next, next. So keep pressing next until you finish. So, and then here we go. So here we go. Okay, so right now there are no recent files because we have not yet created any. Okay, we have not yet created any. And here is the menu. If you come to the menu, you see settings, share, contact us, upgrade to premium. It has a premium version whereby you have so much features that will enable or make things easier. Okay, here in setting, we are still in this setting, right? I'm showing you the features. Okay, tips. If you need tips, all these things are just tips that how to use the particular software. So these are tips, the particular application. These are tips you might, if you want to or confused about something, you can come here, okay, and check for it. So browser setting, when you run your code, um, it has an inbuilt browser. So all those things you can say, okay, localhost for whatever. So all these things, this thing I added now is what we call a local host. Okay, I will still explain all those things to you when we are going further. It's just like a live server. Okay, so I will still explain all these things to you. Okay, let me go back. Yeah, of course it's in English. So editor setting. You can set the appearance, the text size, you can increase it. So many things. You can come here to the tab space. So but now this everything is in a default except that browser setting I on. So I can come back here, back to our home page. I can now start doing what I want to do. First thing I need to do now is to press menu. I can learn code, however you can learn some maybe basic HTML CSS from here. Okay, can get source code when you want to, when you maybe you can from here now access a particular website and get a source code of that particular website you have accessed. Like what I mean by the source code is the code that they used in making that particular website. So any website now, like let's say you go to Amazon website, you can get the source code with these particular features. So text editor, workspace. So we're not going to go to text editor. So first of all, create our workspace are where you store all your work. Okay, skip this. So now I will add, press the plus button to add. So whether I'm not importing any file, I'm not adding any new file yet, I'm going to create a folder yet. Remember how I did the other one, so it's not different. Okay, so I'll press new project. In my project now, I'm just going to call it, if I'm working on a calculator project, I can call it calculator. If I'm working on maybe particular website, maybe let's assume I'm working on um let's say maybe a particular CBT website or whatever, portal, whatever. So but let us just name this thing web, yes, development, and save it. So this is our workspace. Okay, so if I want to create a file, or yes, that's HTML or CSS file, whatever, I'll click here. Okay, if I click here, you see this. Okay, that's where I will start creating. Now anything I created is going to appear inside here. So if I press plus, I will no longer add any folder. However, I can still do so. However, also I can also import a folder or import a file. So but I'll press new file. Now remember, our file extension is very important in this case. Okay, file extension. So if I'm naming, remember, if I'm naming on HTML, I should start with index. Okay, index.html, index.html. Now you are seeing this sign here. Okay, so HTML, you are seeing the sign here. I'll save. So I can open letter from here and start writing any code I want on the HTML. So see, then from here I can say let's say file, or I'm just naming it file. Okay, let's say .js. See, js. If as many CSS style.css style. See, CSS, it's changed to CSS. Let me use my tool to show you all these things. It changed to CSS. So you are seeing this now. See, it's changed to CSS. So if I should name this again, and let us say name of the file you want to name it, dot the file extension, let's say py. See, Python. You are seeing this, it changed to Python. So all is just the same thing we did, um just the same thing we did um before, using the desktop mode. Okay, sorry, I'm not creating any Python, so I can rename this. I can come here to rename this. Yeah, so I can come here to, let me see if I can rename it. No way. Wait, let me see if I can rename it. Let me see if I can rename it. Can I rename it here? So I can rename it, let's say CSS. CSS, not CSD. Okay, good one. Rename. So allow rename. I allow that in so that it can rename whatever I want to, or initiate any change on my folder. That's why I allowed it. Okay, so I think that is it. Go back, go back. Index.html. So if I want to run any code from here now, if I say hello world, let's say I added my HTML. Okay, let me HTML snippet. Okay, that was what I added that time in the other side when I was working on my desktop mode. This is called HTML snippet, code snippet. Okay, so I can just say p. Okay, rather I will just come here and say p and say hello world, hello world. Okay, world. And if I want to run my code, what I will just do is to press this particular arrow. Okay, let me show you this particular not an arrow, particular icon. Let me show you. You press this guy up here. Okay, that thing that looks like a play button, that is what you're going to press. If I press it now, my code is going to run. So I've pressed it, and it have run my code on an inbuilt browser. So you can see the local host here. It has a lot of meaning. Whenever I change something in my code, it changes automatically. That's the use of this local host. So I think that is it, and thank you very much for following.